first. You're wrong. He's maybe.
Well, Jules has made. He's now just one position, and his next attack is going to be on to try and attack for third position.
Had he done really, really well, they're still battling this hook. They don't have any more. What happened in the beginning stages, but it's not much you can do when too much. So you commit to coming off the gravel trap hot, and you just don't have enough time to slow down into the driver in front of you.
First position, we haven't spoken much about what's happening in front, but PTA is now 1.8 seconds in the lead ahead of Leap 33, man. Is that a surprise for you?
Little bit. No, he's quite quick. So on that front, no, not very surprised. But considering the caliber that's in this race, yes, on that front, I think it is. Pity, like I said, what happened taking Jules out. But I mean, one step away from the podium, caddy right behind him. Some heavy hitters in this pool at the moment. Well, apologies, folks. A little of a lapse in the stream. There we go. It's caught up.
So there's 2 seconds between second and third position, and 1.9 seconds between third and fourth. Currently, as we stand, the battle is definitely brewing between fifth and fourth, Caddy and Jules.
Currently, Caddy's sitting with 1 second penalty. He's got a lot of time to work that 1 second penalty off. This game, very lenient when it comes to its lobby penalty systems. 1 second penalty is not going to at all. He can work this off. Honda Joe with a 1.2 second penalty. These guys are going to be able to work these off quite quickly. Okay,
so
he's going to work hard. He's got lots of drivers behind him.
How did they accredit the penalty?
Yeah, he's just running too deep into a rumble strip for a second. Costs can earn you a little bit, as well as contact with other drivers. A particularly big penalty could be accrued from making contact with another guy, but then you'd be seeing 2 to 5 second penalties for that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. So your homeboy Dead Prophet is sitting right in the back, man, trying to claim up some.
Yeah, he's trying to work up some space, but I have a feeling, looking like he's getting a little squirrely there under acceleration. He may just be a little bit out of the zone. I know he didn't qualify very nicely, so that may have thrown him. But yeah, hopefully it's still a long race. He can work his way up. Reeling Gravity in ever so slightly. He had a delta of about 0.8 earlier. He's reeled it into 0.6 now. He can just bank on Gravity's mistake earlier repeating itself, or just continue to close that gap himself.
So Jules at this moment is 1.4 seconds behind Yamaha, who sits in third position. Once again, PTA Watson is quite comfortable. Watson, the unsung hero here, has creeped up into first position and looks to be opening up a gap quite comfortably.
Very comfortably about things. 2.3, 2.4, that delta just opening up 2.5. It's definitely just, keeping that throttle. Heavy hitters, hey. It's the thing, obviously underestimate this being the LNR stream. We don't know the GTSA guys very well, so I mean, I don't really speak much for them, but yeah, PTA was definitely a sneaky ninja of this session, coming through and pulling out those gaps.
So I don't know what happened in the rear end of this field, but there's been a jump and a collision or something, because there's been a drop in place there. PTA Watson has just run his personal best of 7:22.
Yeah, let's have a look. We'll get a much better indicator of what these guys were able to do with their they're running at the end of the first lap here. These guys starting to head towards that home stretch, that last hairpin really through the carousel. They're making a big difference straight through that last sweeping right-hander and then onto that long straight. As we saw, that's where Peetham in the last race was able to absolutely just pull a lot out there on that straight, taking the win. Things getting very nasty for your mate Lorenzo.
Yeah, give us back to the timing. So man, the best laps, we got PTA Watson at 7:22.25. Leap 33 is running at 7:23.90. Yamaha is sitting at 7:26. Jules' best time is a 7:27. Caddy is running a 7:28. Honda is running a 7:29. Armani Kintish is on 7:30. The Night Prophet is on 7:31. And the Ugly 2 is sitting at 7:30. Those are the best laps for the respective drivers.
so far. Yeah, you're right though, there was a definite coming together, drivers having a big swap, enough up to 8th, Marnie Quintus in 7th, Honda Joe in 6th, GTA's caddy, making his way
Jules
up
is
York,
battling for that third place. Hit the switch to 4th and 3rd, there's a battle. Jules is making an attack for that 3rd.
Side by side.
That's a battle down the main straight, baby. Looking for that drag racing vibes. Side by side, Jules is maintaining that 3rd position overtake as they come down into the corner, slightly in the lead of Yamaha. And
doing well to not make it short. Nothing between them. They're swapping a little bit of paint, swapping some more paint. Giving way eventually to make sure he actually makes the corner.
Jules has battled.
Section now. All right, we have a update of the fastest. 6 minutes 54 from PTA Watson. Definitely the fastest out far. He looks like he's going to maintain the fastest lap of this race as all the drivers seem to have crossed the start-finish line.
So 21 seconds apart. From first to last.
I must say, man, big up to Jules, bro. He fell all the way back to 8th position, has made himself... has fought all his way back down to 3rd, man. The gap between...
No, drive. Absolute drive.
The gap between 2nd and 3rd is 2.5 seconds. Jules has got to make up 2.5 seconds to try and have an attack on Leap 33. And yeah, man, PTA Watson quite comfortably there in 1st place. Quite a lonely race for him. He is 3.5 seconds ahead of the 2nd, Mr. Leap ZA.
Yeah, this is turning into a situation of it's his to lose really at the end of the day. He just needs to maintain this. GTSA could score some good points here, 1st and 2nd and 3rd. LNR team saying, LNR drive having a nice little battle amongst themselves for 4th to 6th. These guys need to watch that they don't take each other out.
Yeah, it's getting a bit hot and heavy there.
It's getting a bit. This is also a bit of a risk to watch. I'm sure these are as much as they all want the team to do well. There's also a bit of pride on the line here, and I know these guys, and none of them really want to give much away at the end of the day.
Yamaha has dropped from 3rd position and now he's sitting in 5th. And Honda Joe hot on his tail.
No, we just missed the overtake.
Oh.
Honda Joe's gonna pass him.
Will Honda Joe have what it takes to take over and overtake Mr. Yamaha? Oh, getting.
Looks like he's trying to force that error. Put his nose on the inside there.
It's getting a bit filthy there, filthy. Yeah, Honda Joe, man, he can smell the blood, bro. He's coming to pounce on him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yamaha cannot afford to make an error here, or otherwise he will lose yet another position and fall down to 6. So let's give you the gaps between positions. Oh my man, PTA Watson is now a whopping 4.1 second lead over Leap ZA.
From that gap. Jules continuing to close the gap, 1.4 seconds. He's hungry. He wants that 1st place back. He wants that podium.
Do you think he's got enough track to maybe launch a possible attack on PTA Watson? Because he's almost what, 4 plus 6 seconds ahead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Also having a look here at the live timing, there's definitely a lot of purple sectors coming in from Jules in sectors 4 and 5. So we could possibly see him taking the fastest as well. He's hungry, he wants it. He really does.
Oh, yes. Section 4 and 5, man. He's running strong there.
Running really strong. And you can see Watson's visible gap if you have a look on the track map here. I mean, really just opening up a considerable lead.
My man, Honda Joe just took 5th place away from Yamaha, and Yamaha has dropped down from 3rd position and is now lying in 6th. And now there's another battle between Armani Quintas and Denied Profit in the back.
And hey, this guy is working his way up. Hey, curse of the commentator. I hope it hasn't happened, but Denied Profit looks like just wants to now start working off those positions. So you're gonna be hard pressed to make off the 5.3 seconds that separate running wide on the carousel. That's going to cost him a little bit. Hopefully he can keep that pace up.
Oof, Armani Quintas giving your boy a run for his money. We're busy watching the race between 7th and 8th, way back.
There, all running very wide there. Oh, that's just some lag representing itself.
Oh, we got a yellow flag.
Leap crashed from second.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Leap had an incident and crashed. Ladies and gentlemen, Jules has now found himself in second position. Leap dropping all the way down to 6th, having an accident. Jules has worked his way all the way from 8th and now sits 5.2 seconds behind the leader, which is PTA Watson.
Just go, please have a look at PTA Watson's lead at the moment, though. It is becoming quite disgusting at this point in time. 5.3 behind or in front of Jules.
Yeah.
Do you think Jules has what it takes to take that off of him to get back up into?
Having best lap numbers on just a second now, so he's really intense. PTA Watson's best time.
Denied Profit, just by the way, Artful Dodger, I do save this, I have every intention of saving this after this is done, so he is going to see that comment, just an FYI. I'm going to give him a time code. Gonna rat you out, guy. Rat you. Snitches get stitches. I know you're saying that right now. Snitches get stitches. Alright, back to action, running with your last place runner, Ravity, at the moment. Also obviously having an off, sending him back behind the Ugly 2, 3.7. Ugly 2, hard pressed to make up the 11 seconds that he has to make up on Denied Profit, losing out a little bit to Armani Quintas, but these two are still having a fantastic race.
There's a good battle between 3rd and 4th, Honda and GTS Caddy. It's actually between 3rd all the way down to 5th position. Yamaha still in the game.
Yamaha still in the game. If the LNR boys can just keep it together, they can score some good points here as well. Second separating 3rd and 2nd though. Another 5 seconds separating 1st and 2nd. So I mean, it's turning into a little bit of a load. This definitely been a very late Watson, but well deserved at this point if he can keep it together and just bring it home.
He's very reminiscent of what we saw in the previous race with Filthy ZA. He's pretty confident. He's taking it nice, clean, smooth runs, nice and focused. He has absolutely no pressure in the rear, man. He's comfortably 4.9 seconds ahead of Jules.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on lap 4 or 5. He's just got to run his race, man. Nice, clean and smooth, bro. PTA Watson came from absolutely nowhere.
Honda Joe having an absolute run of it with Caddy right behind them. These two are absolutely hammering it down through the right hander down the hill here. Lots of purple sectors coming out from lots of these drivers, though. It's great to see these guys are absolutely putting.
Jules, man, running some good timing. He's trying to make up that time. He's trying to gain a little bit of ground on PTA Watson. I just don't think he's going to have enough track nor real estate to make up a serious attack for 1st position. The battle right now lurks between...
I have to agree with you.
The battle now looks between third and fourth, man. That's where the war is at, between Honda Joe and GTAS Caddy. The Caddy trying really hard to launch.
So there. That's going to be an interesting one for them. Yeah, now Caddy is looking hungry. He definitely wants to capitalize on any mistakes. But Honda Joe trying to be as smooth as possible, being as defensive as possible, so not really giving him much room.
Yamaha has fallen a little bit back, lying in 5th position. He now trails GTS Caddy by 2.5 seconds. I think he's maybe just relaxed a little bit, man. He's not in the zone as he was in the previous laps.
That's definitely yeah. I also think there's also a little bit of team tactics. We have first, we have second. Let's not be silly about it. Let's make sure the cars kill. So they're definitely going to make sure they get those points.
I'm going to move back to the battle between 3rd and 4th.
Having a little sideways action moment there, costing them a little bit of time.
Honda Joe has managed to open up a little bit of a gap sitting at 1.3 over GTAS Caddy. Everybody seems to find a little bit of a comfort zone. Nobody looking too aggressive or rash out on any serious corners. Everybody's just realized, okay, they got one more lap to go, and they're pretty much comfortable in the positions that they're at. I want to see though if Jules manages to take a little bit more terrain away from PTA Watson's lead, which unfortunately he hasn't, because PTA Watson is still a whopping 4.5 seconds ahead of Jules, who's lying in 2nd position, who's done absolutely great, because at one stage in the race he was all the way in the 8th.
That is very true. That is very true. Jules currently sitting there on the fastest lap of the race, but if you having a look, PTA Watson might be improving on his fastest, so we may also see as well. So that's going to be a good battle, as long as these GTSA drivers can actually keep those points up.
Everybody looks
all running very wide there, definitely still putting the hammer down though. Watson still not trying to relent at all, running quite wide, scoring himself a half a second penalty. Alright, your race order as we run almost to the last lap of the race. We've got PTA's Watson on next lead, but losing out quite badly there when he ran wide, losing almost 2 seconds of his lead there. Jules is 2nd place, you got Honda Joe in 3rd, GTAS Caddy 4th place, Yamaha 5th, Leap ZA is 6th place, Amani Quintus in 7th, Denied Profit in 8th place, 8th, English please Richard, 8th place, 9th, and Ravity in 10th. Ravity also looking like he's struggling a little bit, having quite a one moment there.
I got some sideline comments, man. I think Ravity runs better in reverse. I'm getting some cracker jokes here from the back here.
Yeah, so Peanut Gallery. Tell the Peanut Gallery to bring it in Tommen's box. That's where it needs to be. Thank you, Theo. I like your theory there. He's accruing penalties because the game is telling Watson to just slow it down a little bit, make this a... He needs to race his race, get his victory in hand.
It's always so lonely at the top, especially when you're like 3 seconds plus in the lead, huh? Everybody's got some... Everybody's quite comfortable in their positions at the moment, bro. Nobody's looking sloppy, nobody's looking filthy, everybody looking clean.
Everyone looking like they just want to bring it home. It's been a long race. They want to bring it back, bring those points home for the drivers. At the end of the day, that's what this is for.
Yeah, man. Jules just ran a fastest lap of 6:53.65.
Well,
let's see if he hits it.
Second. Sure. This man is hungry for that first place. He may actually have 3 seconds. I don't know if there's another big mistake in it from Watson. He may he may have enough to capitalize on that mistake. He's brought the gap down enough.
I must say, the man of the race for me right now, man, is definitely Jules, who's sitting in second position.
Oh, absolutely.
Has worked himself all the way from 8th, man, to second position as we come into the final lap of this race. We got just over 7 minutes left. PTA Watson 2.8 seconds ahead of Jules. Jules is 7 seconds. That is the huge gap between second and third place on the podium, man. Yeah, Jules is 7.3 seconds ahead of Honda. I don't see any serious battles happening right through all the way down the track, man. Denied Profit trying to launch an attack on Senhor Armando Quintas. That's the closest battle we got at this moment. It's all the way back in 7th and 8th.
That's where I'm focusing right now. See what these two can add to the knife fight that has been this evening.
Denied Profit, man. He wants to get in there. Incurring some penalties, cutting them curbs, boy.
Yeah, I think some penalties being handed out, but I think he has worked it all being quite aggressive.
Oh, shh, my man. Getting dirty there, boss. Dirty. He's trying hard though. Yeah, there's definitely race right at the back of the field between 8th and 7th. Armando Quintas and Denied Profit. Denied Profit getting a little bit filthy in the back, man, trying to find a gap.
Just waiting for his moment to pounce. You can see he's him up, waiting, keeping that distance, just waiting for that moment. Trying to use some good exit speed on him.
Got to try and keep it smooth, man. Got to keep it slow in, fast out, bro. You got to make the time on the corners. Armando Quintas running his race, man, being quite comfortable, bro. I don't think he's feeling too much pressure, even though, without a shadow of a doubt, Denied Profit is sure trying to find a gap.
Absolutely. You know what? It's
wow.
At this point in time, I think they're both trying not to make. We're still trying to be quite aggressive, so it's down to, I think, who makes the bigger mistake at this point.
So way up in front to change our focus over, man. Jules is made up some time on PTA Watson. It's still, I don't think it's going to be enough to launch an attack, but he's cut down the lead down to 2.5 seconds. Still not, I don't, unless, you know, PTA Watson seriously messes up, I don't think Jules is going to have a chance to possibly attack for first position. But just like in the previous race, you know, I thought Lorenzo was going to take that first place quite comfortably. And yeah, man, Piethman came from all the way at the back.
And no.
Yeah. Piethman, man, ran it right down to the final corner, took the first place away. So you never know, man. Jules might have that slight luck on his side.
Absolutely.
Armando Quintas has opened up a gap, ladies and gentlemen. The battle has seemed to calm down a little bit between 7th and 8th. Ninth and 10th having a little bit of a tussle right there in the back between Ugly 2 and Ravity. Ravity using the momentum on the exit of the corner to gain a little bit of real estate on 9th position.
Sure. Yeah, there's definitely a fight happening here. This is one we overlooked. These two at the back here, definitely. It's now about who doesn't want to finish last.
Very aggressive. Both cars being very harsh on the lines, very aggressive into the corners. A lot less smoothness, a lot more aggression. Gravity seems to have now lost a little bit of pace. The ugly 2 has opened up ever so slightly, not much.
Sure. These two want to push. Oh, nice little fun trivia fact. The ugly 2 was season 1's noob of the season for starting a race in reverse on a grid start and completely bollocksing someone else's race in the progress. So a little fun fact for you.
Wow. Let's see what the gap is between first and second. I want to see if Jules has made up any time. Oh, he has! My man, Jules has made up a little bit more time. PTA Watson's lead has now decreased to only 1.7 seconds. My man, Jules might have a chance, possibly, to launch an attack. PTA Watson just accrued a penalty of 0.5. Right down the main straight, man. Is he going to pull out the Peethman in the previous race, bro? This is where Peethman managed to launch an attack on Lorenzo in the previous race. Is he going to do what it takes to take that first place? Coming down to the last corner, man. PTA Watson's only 1.5 ahead.
This is going to be a very tight finish, especially going through the section here. This is going to definitely be one to be right home about. Worked up a beautiful, beautiful run there. Took off a lot of time. Still pulling off some time.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Into that last corner. Sure, what a race.
Worked off his penalty.
Oof. Oh, working off his penalty at the end there. That was very close. That was very, very close.
Good race, bro. Good race.
Oh.
Everybody working on penalties there, bro.
Here comes the money.
Well done, boys. Well done.
That was fantastic work, guys. It's nice. Everyone,
keep his pace. Well, there we have the lead.
Well done, gents. Your winner, PTA Watson, takes the lead. Jules takes second. Big ups, big ups, big ups to everybody out there, man.
Let's get into the comments.
Alright, the race results give you guys some
It's at the end, getting very, very close to the end. Very well driven. First place goes to him. Second place and fastest lap of the race. 6 minutes 52.582 at the end of the race. Jules, you got Honda Joe in third place. You got GTA's Cat in fourth. Yamaha in fifth. Marnie Quintus in sixth. Seventh is Leap ZA. Eighth, Denied Profits. The ninth, the Ugly 2, and bringing up the rear is Gravity. Well done to all the drivers. It's an absolute pleasure, Stain. Looking forward to doing the next one.
I think Watson did a very, Jules did a very insane
Yeah,
race
man,
today.
Jules did a good race, bro.
So did these guys.
PTA Watson, bro, he came from nowhere, he just maintained his lead, did well.
All three of these guys came from the back because they must
Yeah.
have
Well done, gents. Thank you so very much. It's always an honor and a pleasure. May you and your respective families be blessed.
Thank you very much for joining me, mate. Looking forward to the next one. So, see what they're next time.
Salute and boy, blessings.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.